Hey guys, this is Christina from Brush and Bristle Studio. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. I'm going to go over how to use the pen print template. I'm going to be using this in Photoshop and in Photopea. I don't know of any other art programs that have smart objects in them, but if you know of one, please feel free to let me know. But these are the two that I know for sure have smart objects, so you want to use this in those programs. You can use this in other programs if you go about it differently, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second. As I was talking about smart objects, my templates are made with smart objects, and smart objects are, let's see, it's probably easier just to show you really what they are. But it's like it's gonna retain its position, its place everywhere. You just click on the smart object thumbnail and it'll open up a separate document that you're going to upload your design into, and then it's going to place it where these objects are. Now, some of my other templates, I offer like other variations, like you can change all at once, or you can change a side at a time, or stuff like that. But with this one, I know for myself in my own shops, I don't typically have people ordering a whole page of the same print for pens anyway. So I didn't feel the need to make this like a one-click change for a whole page or a whole side. But if that's something you guys are interested in, feel free to like let me know and I'll add that feature to this. It's not a really big deal for me to do that. But to get started, you're gonna look at your layer groups, and I do have this set up to make it a little bit easier for you to like look through. You've got your left side and your right side. So, we have these collapsed. If you double click on the thumbnail, it's going to open up your smart object. And as you see, we clicked on the one, it's this one right here. So it's turned on the side, but when you open up the smart object, it's right side up. So this way you don't have to really fool with turning and twisting your files when you try to load them in. It'll just automatically turn itself in a second. So how do we get a design on here? You're going to go to File and Open to open up the file that you want to print. So let's go here. And you're going to press Control A to select everything, or you can grab this marquee tool right here and you can drag and drop. As you see, it's selected the entire document because you've got these little marching ants all around the border. Now to copy it, you're going to press Control C, or you're going to go up here to Edit and press Copy. Now you can close out of that and go back to your smart object, and you can press Control V or go Edit, Paste, and it's there. Now these are sized at 1.3 by 4.18. This is what I print mine at, and I think they're sized perfectly for the pens. I do so many pens. It's insane. But this has been what I found is the best way to size them. But if you would like them sized differently, feel free to reach out to me, and I can resize it for you very easily. Because if you resize it here, it's going to resize out here, obviously. So it could end up messing up like how they're placed. So I'll probably have to make like a whole new thing for you if you want to get it resized. If you want to stick with my sizing and your file is too small or too big, you can resize it. You can resize the design in here yourself by pressing Control and T, or going up to Edit and hitting Free Transform right here. And you'll see these little anchor points all around the design. Now if you drag and drop, you see all sides resized together. And that's because this link is turned on up here. Now you can turn that off, and you see your proportions aren't linked anymore. To speed up my workflow, I leave that checked, and I will press Shift as I drag and drop, and just holding shift while you drag and drop will let you do the same thing. It's just a way to save time. Once you're happy with it, press the check mark, and you can press Control S to save or go to File, Save. And as I said, you load it in like this and it automatically turns the design for you. So that way you don't have to fool with it at all. Now this is set up where you've got to go in individually on each one. So let's look at this one because it's a right side up. And you'll just see that it's going to load in just like that. It won't turn it or anything. It only turns the ones that are on their sides. So we'll do another one. See? Super quick. Now, if you guys have any questions or suggestions about this, any questions about Photoshop, whatever, feel free to reach out to me. You can comment below. You can message me in my Etsy shop. I'm always happy to help. But if you guys are interested in how to use this in Photopea, stick around for a minute and I will go over how to do that in a second. Okay guys, I'm going to go over how to use this in Photopea now. Now, Photopea is a free web-based software that you can use, kind of like Canva, where you use it through a web browser. Now, it doesn't have an application for your phone or your iPad or anything, but as long as you have a web browser, you can access Photopea. So if you go to photopea.com, you don't need an account and it's 100% free. You just open up the file and you can use it just fine. And this program is very, very similar to Photoshop. It has so many of the same tools. So like I said before, this has smart objects like Photoshop, and a lot of other art programs don't use smart objects, but that's probably like my favorite tool to use. So having smart objects is a feature that I think is very important for any art program, at least for me. But so once you've got it open in here, we're gonna go double click on the smart object layer, just like you would in Photoshop. And again, it's gonna open that up. Now, doing these in Photopea is actually probably gonna be quicker than doing them in Photoshop because it's gonna cut out some steps. So when we went to Photoshop, we'd go File, Open, to open up the file, and then we'd copy and then paste it and resize and go through all those steps. But here in Photopea, they're going to cut out those steps by doing Open and Place. And let's go find a file. Where are my pins? Here we go. And as you see, it automatically copied, pasted, and set to free transform. So now you can go ahead and set things to resize, do all that. And once you're ready, press that check mark or press enter. And then you can press Control S to save or go up here to File, Save Smart Object. And that'll update the smart object for you. And voila. As you see, it still automatically rotates the design for you. It still does things individually. And like I said, if y'all want me to change this up, because I have these set up as how I like to use them for my shops, and I don't really have people buy so many of the same design. But if you guys do, feel free to give me that feedback, and I can add a feature in here that will like do a whole page, or we'll just do the left side all one design. So that way when you change the one, it'll change everything on this side for you. So you don't have to go through individually every time. I know that can help save time, but I just don't know how many people would actually find that useful. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about Photoshop, Photopea, how to use the template, anything, feel free to contact me, leave your comment below, send me a message on Etsy. I'm always happy to help, and I'm always open to suggestions. So I hope you guys enjoy this template, and I hope that this tutorial was helpful for you. Have a great day.